Hi, Marco here, and in this video I will tell you about the P2P lending platform Esketit. So this is a relatively new platform that I actually recently added to my portfolio, so I really wanted to tell you about it. As usual, we will go through what is the platform, what returns you can get from the platform, what are actually the risks that you are taking by investing on the platform and how they actually mitigate that risk. And of course, at the end, we'll see how to actually use the platform and what are my own returns at the moment with this platform. So first, let's talk a bit about the platform itself, Esketit, and what it is actually. So it was founded, as I said, quite recently in 2020. So it's a relatively new platform. They are based in Latvia, like many platforms in the field. What really made them different is that they are actually been created by a very large lending company called Trim Finance that actually has lending operations mainly in Europe, but also in the world. And they have actually a very good track record in the field, which made Esketit really special, right? Because it's not like a company that was just created out of the air and that they just list loans from different platforms. They actually are using their own loan originators on the platforms, and they have a very good track record, as we will see in the section where we actually talk about the level of risk on this platform Esketit. So just some numbers, they actually have over 3,000 investors at the moment on the platform, with already 57 million of loans being funded on the platform, so it's definitely not a small platform. And as I said, with a good track record because they are being funded by Trim Finance. So in terms of returns, you can expect up to 13%, that's what they promise on the main page. You can actually get up to 14% on some loans, but I actually won't invest myself in those because for the reasons we'll see later inside this review. So definitely very good yields compared to the average of the field, which is more around 11% at the moment. So definitely great news here. Of course, we'll verify that later in this review when we talk about actually investing on the platform. Okay, let's now talk about the safety of your money when investing on this platform. So I always look at 3 different points to evaluate the safety of the platforms in terms of investing. First, the platform itself, then the company behind the platform, and finally, the loan originators. Let's start with the platform. So as I mentioned before, they are actually a platform created by Trim Finance, and therefore they have a very good track record because of that. So Trim Finance has over 10 years of track record without any loss of funds for the investors. So that's very important to notice here. Also, there is a buyback obligation on all loans present on the platform. There is an additional group guarantee on some loan originators. So we'll talk more about that on the part where we talk about loan originators, of course. And also, they actually have skin in the game, meaning that the company Esketit actually invest in their own loans on the platform. So they actually kind of vouch for their own platform and their own loans, and therefore it makes the platform more reliable because they actually invest and believe in what they propose to investors. In terms of the company, they're actually registered in Ireland, which is something I saw on actually many platforms in the field. I checked, of course, that it's an actual company registered there, and that was the case. Also, I checked all the key people of the team. For example, I checked the profile of their CEO of the company, and well, he was actually working at Mintos, which is a well-known platform in the field, where I actually also invest myself. So definitely it was good to see that he definitely has experience in the field, as he worked at a similar company before for over 6 years. So definitely a good team in charge of this company. In terms of loan originators, this would be very different from what I usually talk about because they have been funded by a loan originator called Trim Finance. So mainly they have loans coming from them in Czech Republic, in Spain, and in Mexico. But also there are some loans coming from a loan originator in Jordan, However, in this case, they don't have the group guarantee. So I will stay away myself from those loans because I really want on every platform I invest in, I want the maximum, security on my funds. But those loans have the 14% returns. So I will get a little bit lower returns than the maximum I could get from the platform, but that's okay for me because I really want the maximum safety. Now, how to actually invest on the platform. It's very easy on Esketit. Just open an account. It was less than 5 minutes, including the part where you have to verify your identity, like showing your passport, taking selfies, stuff like that. It was done in less than 5 minutes. Also, to invest, I just deposited money via a bank transfer. This was very easy as well. Then to invest, you have basically 3 options. First one is to use a primary market where you can actually invest directly in loans that are available. Here I could actually verify that most loans are in the 13 to 14% returns range. Also, you have a secondary market. That's great as well if you want to find good opportunities, but also, especially if you want to exit your investments and sell them, if you need some cash, for example. So that's very good to have as well. But the option that I really recommend to invest on the platform is, of course, the auto invest function, where you can choose between predefined strategies. So that's great if you don't really know, auto invest functions don't really know what you're doing. You can really choose one of those options. But of course, you can create your own strategy. That's what I did, with always the same parameters: short-term loans, minimum investment in every loan, and yields above 10%. And with that, I found over thousands of loans available. So imagine you have, let's say, 10,000 euros to invest. That means you can easily invest all this money in one shot, even by investing the minimum in every loan. So definitely you won't be short of loans on the platform. As for all the platforms I also try to withdraw money back to my account, and the money was there just in 2 days. In terms of my own returns, it's of course too soon to talk about that because I invested in 2022, just recently, so I can't talk about long-term returns. I should get around 13%, this I know, and I can tell you that so far everything was smooth on the platform and there was no problem whatsoever. So what do I think about Esketit? Definitely a great and solid P2P lending platform. It has most of what I looked for on those platforms: good yields, really a great emphasis on security, full transparency, good track record, no loss for investors so far. So definitely very good points in terms of security, and also a platform that's very easy to use. What I would like to see, maybe more loan originators, because it's great that they are all coming from Cream Finance, which created the company, but I would like to see more diversity in the futures in terms of loan originators. I would also like to see a license, an investment brokerage license that other platforms are getting, and that will add another layer of security for investors on the platform. So definitely Esketit, a platform that I recommend and that you can add to any investment portfolio. If you want to learn more, you can simply go to the link below the video or on the podcast show notes if you are listening to this on audio. I will put a link directly to the platform, so you can really check it out, create an account if you want, it's for free. Or you can also check my review on my site, where you will find more information about the platform, and also you will get more up-to-date information about my own returns with Esketit. So I hope you like this video. If you have any question, don't hesitate to leave it just below the video or as a comment on my site if you're listening to the podcast version of this. And that being said, thank you again for listening to this, and I will see you in the next one.